Well, the next big trend in the vegetable industry, again, the marketers out there thinking about that, losing sleep over it every night. I think there's one trend that we've seen, and one is to smaller portion sizes with, let's say, the fruited vegetable crops. There's watermelons that are personal size now with smaller families. Those have found a ready market. There's one example. Here's another trend in sweet corn. We've had a whole series of trends in sweet corn over the last 20 years to higher flavors, or sugars particularly, that can be shipped across country, still arrive to the consumers, boiling pot, and still have good sweetness. And now we see a trend where the companies are actually bringing in good old-fashioned corn flavor along with the sweetness. With new endosperm types, they're able to develop varieties that not only have the old-fashioned corn flavor, that kind of spiciness that a good old-fashioned sugary that we grew up with would have, but also has the additional sweetness that consumers like. And it has shelf life, so it can be moved across the country, get to the market, and still have really good consumer flavor and good sweetness. Where the old-fashioned corns we grew up with, remember the old adage, you pick them, you run to the boiling pot, and you cook them up, and you've got great sweet corn. But they didn't last very long. So there's kind of a long-term trend, and one that kind of accents a little more of the current focus on consumers, what consumers like to eat, flavors, that sort of thing. We heard today Secretary Gutierrez talk about what do consumers really want when he was with Kellogg's, and what his conclusion was after all these years is flavor. So I think that's something that breeding companies are paying a lot more attention to. Another trend is there's also a lot of work going on to breed new varieties that have higher phytochemicals that may have health benefits. So you hear about lycopene in tomatoes and higher lycopene tomatoes and those sort of things. So certainly the breeding companies are looking at those much more closely. I think in general, plant breeders are a lot more in tune with the consumer and trying to bring products that not only meet the needs of production agriculture, but also in the end, when they're served on the table, you know, really entice the customer to enjoy the vegetables. In general, though, I think we just want people to eat more vegetables, and that's why flavor is important. Obviously, vegetables are very important for a healthy diet. If we don't have vegetables with higher nutritional aspects, why not just eat more? You'll have the same result.